If you've been hanging out with me for a while, you know that I love running online webinars. They are fun. They are a great way to grow your audience and connect with your prospects. Plus, they are a great way to sell your online courses and grow your email list. A couple episodes ago, I talked about coming up with the right topic for your webinar. I've given you access to my full webinar framework. And now I'm ready to take you to that next step, that next level. How do you get a lot of people registered for your webinar? I'm not just talking about your warm audience either. I'm talking about your dream clients who may or may not know who you are just yet. How you can do that is through paid social media advertising. You can definitely promote it on your social media accounts with your warm audience, but that will only get you so far. With paid ads, you expand your reach outside of your current circle, and it's exactly how you start scaling your business. There really are 3 main steps that you have to take to run paid ads for your webinar. You need to know your webinar goal. You need to write your ad copy, and then you need to place your ads inside of Ads Manager. So let me explain more in depth, okay? For your ad goal, you'll need to understand why you're running ads in the first place, and also what your specific goals are for that ad. How many people do you want registered for your webinar? Now, if this is your first time running a webinar, then you'll probably just kind of shoot for the moon and want as many people registered as possible. If you've done webinars before and you know how the back-end conversion actually works for you, it really just starts to become this huge number game. If you know that you'll close 2 out of 10 people on your webinar and you want to close 10 people, you'll want to have at least 50 people on your webinar. So your webinar goal from a registration standpoint would be 50 people, which we can even take a step back to. If you know your opt-in percentage is 50%, meaning 1 out of 2 people who lands on your registration page will actually register, then that means you'll want to at least send 100 people to your registration page to get that 50. When you run paid ads, this honestly is not hard to do. From there, we can determine the right budget. So if you know it costs you, let's just say $10 for someone to register, you'll want to spend $500. Like I said, when you've done this a few times, you'll honestly just be playing a big numbers game. But regardless, right now, you know your goal is 50 people registered and 10 people sign up for your offer. That's the very first step, understanding what is that goal that you're trying to hit. The next thing that you want to do is create your ad copy. Your ad copy must be relevant, but it also must be really catchy too. I know I don't need to tell you this, but social media hits this big jungle, right? There's people promoting themselves all the time, left, right, and center. So if I can give you some advice from an ad side of things, it's to focus on giving value and relating to their pain points that will make you stand out a bit more. But regardless, you need to have an ad copy to run ads. To write a good, simple ad copy for your webinar, there's 4 quick tips that I can give you. First off, you must know what your audience wants. You must know what is relevant to them. Secondly, you must give them a reason to attend your webinar. What will they get out of attending? How can you solve their problem? What will they miss by not actually attending the webinar? Will they really have FOMO? And thirdly, here's the tricky part for a lot of people. Within the first 2 to 3 seconds of seeing the ad, you must grab their attention and speak to exactly what they want. Like I said, that's the challenge for a lot of people. Now, keep in mind, you don't always have to keep these ads short and sweet and to the point. I actually just tested a few new ads for my masterclass, and the long story form of an ad that was a lot more storytelling, relating to where they were, converted better. But what's important is that you make the beginning of the ad so catchy and relevant that your target audience has to say, okay, so now what? What are you trying to get at? I'm interested in seeing this thing to the end. That's what they gotta think. So here's another tip for you. You're not a copywriter. Well, you may be a copywriter if you're listening, but the key with the ads is that they will never be perfect. It will always come down to testing new things with your audience and seeing what converts the best in terms of what one is getting the most people registered. Now, I will always tell you to test between a long-form story-based copy, a short-form video ad, and story ads. When you test between different ads, you'll see the best performing ones, and you'll know what you're doing right or wrong based on what your audience is doing. And I say based on your audience because everyone is going to convert slightly different. I can place an ad on my end and then can place the exact same ad on your end. We would get totally different results. So again, test, and test by creating different ad copies, okay? That's a big thing I want you to remember. In the last part, which is more the technical aspect, is placing your ads inside of Ads Manager where you put that ad copy that you wrote in front of that dream client of yours. The key is not posting that post on your Facebook and Instagram page and boosting it or pressing that sponsor button. All that will do is put more eyeballs on your post and will not guarantee that you'll get people registering. Instead, we'll be placing ads on the back end of Facebook. So right now, Facebook is doing an update to their Ads Manager account. So I want to quickly explain both sides of what your account could look like. You'll either choose the lead generation campaign or the conversion campaign. I hope this doesn't confuse you. Don't mix up a conversion campaign and lead ads though. If you have the older version of Ads Manager, like I do right now, you'll see conversion ads and lead ads. If you have the new version, you'll see lead generation and sales. Either way, if you choose lead generation or conversion, you are still at the end of the day using your Facebook pixel to track registrations for your webinar. There's just two different words now that you can click when choosing that ad campaign based on how new your account is. So when you've picked your objective, you'll want to make sure that you target your ads correctly. Make sure that you choose the location, the gender, the age group, the interest, or if you're advanced, choose the lookalike audiences that you have set up within your account. From there, you will also choose the conversion objective within your Facebook pixel, aka this is where you tell Facebook that your goal is to get to people to register for your webinar. And you want them to go out and optimize for as many people as possible for that objective. And you also want them to track from a metric side of things for that objective. And then you design your ad campaign based on the ad copy that you already created. That's the main ad that I run the majority of the time, that conversion ad. However, one last thing that I've been testing with my clients recently is using the lead ad campaign objective. This is where you are using the lead form directly on Facebook and Instagram, meaning instead of driving the traffic off of Facebook or Instagram to your registration page, let's say, instead we have a form that pops up on social media right on their account and they will register without having to leave the platform at all. So typically you would see a much lower cost per registration. However, you're kind of playing with the quality of leads here. So make sure you test this and really pay attention on the back end of what is happening with your accounts, with the registrations and the conversions. Since with these ads, you aren't sending the prospect to a landing page where you've connected it to your autoresponder in your webinar hosting platform, a little bit more technical, there's back end work that you still need to do, which really comes down to setting up Zapier to transfer the leads information into your email autoresponder to get them the reminder emails to show up live. And also register their spot within the webinar hosting platform to send them to, direct them to join the link. That's pretty technical, and I can teach you this stuff inside the Spotlight Theory community, but from this standpoint, I'm more so wanting to make sure you are aware of your options when you're running ads for your webinar. Now, like I said, webinars are great. They are even great lead magnets and are a great way to boost your email list. So when you combine them with paid ads, what you're going to do is really just skyrocket. Remember, with webinars, there's a lot to set up from a technical side of things on the back end. So to help make sure you hit on all aspects, I've actually put together a free checklist of everything you need to do to get ready for your webinar. So what I'll do, I'll link that right in the show notes below this episode. So if you've already started running webinars, Amazing. I'm super, super proud of you. I want you to keep going. I want you to tweak as you go and pay attention to all the stats. If you've been debating doing them, remember, it's a fantastic way to show up as an expert, to promote your business or offer, and even a better way to make a bigger impact on the world. If you have any questions, honestly, I am always here. I love chatting about this stuff, but make sure to download that checklist that I put together for you and start implementing it. So I will link that right down below there for you. But regardless, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.